it like watching Lily play this morning, knowing that your chance to go to the Olympics was riding on how she did it?
Well, I have confidence in Lily that she could be Angie because, you know, she's been Angie many times before. I was really nervous, you know, the first day when Ariel was playing Chris and when Lily was playing Chris too, because both times, you know, if they lost, then my chances would be very, very small. And so I'm very grateful for them, for both of them, to win those two matches.
Okay.
Ariel, Lily was telling us earlier about her first tournament that she played ever. It was an under-10 tournament, two-player tournament, and you were one other player.
Right.
What are your memories of that?
I don't really remember that clearly, but I remember I was playing her with the same club, and all of a sudden, we're just playing a tournament with each other. It's the finals already. There's only 2 people. It's the finals. So we just try to play, and it was a fun experience. I mean, looking back on it, when we were starting from under 10 years old to see if we could win a little plastic trophy, and now to be able to go to London, we're fighting for a spot on the Olympic team. It's really different, and it's amazing that we got this far.
This is not a question exactly about what happened today, but I want to know about the sounds that you make during the matches. Like, Ariel, you yell "stop" all the time, really loud. Where does that come from?
Basically, when you yell something like that, whether it's sa, cho, or yes, it's basically just something that gives you confidence. It kind of boosts your attitude a little bit, and you just kind of yell it to just give yourself some support, and it's just a way of fighting, I guess.
But how did you learn how to say those words?
Everyone does it. Yeah. Everyone does it. Yeah, it's not just like U.S. players are weird or something. Everyone does it.
Right, but it has something to do with your, like what language you speak, right? All the players in table tennis yell these same things?
Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like either sa or cho or yes.
Do they mean anything?
My mom has a theory that when people yell cho, it's kind of from Chinese, like when you say like hao qiu, which is like nice shot. So it kind of got abbreviated to cho. That's her theory. I disagree. No.
Is that what Orion is?
Yeah.
Show? Okay.
And how do you get that? Just by hearing it so many times from like when you were a boy to now?
Yeah, when I was playing when I was younger, like everybody was doing it, so I just jumped on the bandwagon. I was like, hey, let me do it too.
So, Ariel, can you just tell me what your origin story is? How did you start playing? Like, when did you first pick up a racket and get into even your first match?
Well, I started playing when I was 7 years old. My mom played when she was a little girl in China. So when she came to the U.S., she and my dad started playing at a local club. And they couldn't find a babysitter for me, so they just brought me along. So that's kind of my rocky start. But as soon as I started playing, I immediately fell in love with it. I mean, I was only 7 years old, just running around, swinging a paddle around, like chasing after the balls. To me, it was just the world's most fun thing. So, you know, I kept going with it, and I kept practicing, and kept improving, I think. So now here I am.
So, what is it like to play against? I mean, you're obviously a very strong player in this continent, but when you go to these bigger events like the Worlds, what is it like to play against all these older people still as a teenager?
Well, I'm a little bit more used to it now. When I first started playing against international tournaments against many of the adults, it was a little bit scary, but now that I'm more used to it, I realize I have so many things that I can learn from them. You know, they have so much experience, they have a lot of these tricky shots or something new that you don't see. They're mentally all very, very tough. So, you know, when I go out there, a lot of times not only am I fighting, but if I lose, then I also just try to see what I can learn from them.
So going into the Olympics, I mean, how important is it for you guys, being still relatively young, to just bring some sort of exposure to the sport in America, especially? Is that one of the things that you guys both are kind of hoping to accomplish going to London?
Right. I mean, I hope that table tennis gets more exposure. I know nowadays there are a lot of youngsters out there playing, and when I first started, Lily, Eric, and I were just kind of the only ones out there. And now that table tennis has gotten more exposure, there's a lot more kids playing, there are more clubs opening up. So I think that's really great for the sport. I mean, at this moment right now, there aren't really any professional players in the U.S. So I think it's going to be really great, and hopefully we'll have lots of supporters in London.
Erica, you're saying that you're going to have some kind of an exhibition at your school soon?
Yeah, beginning of May.
So that the fact that you now are going to be going to the Olympics adds a little more heft to that event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
are you looking forward to being able to go home and say, hey?
Yeah, it's really exciting, and I really want to do this exhibition because I know that no one's really seen table tennis. You know, you don't really see the sport on TV, and to show it to my friends live and see them and change their attitude towards the sport, because a lot of them think it's just an activity that doesn't require much mental work, doesn't require much physical activity, and so I'm looking forward to showing them and showing them what like true sport this is.
Tim, can you talk a little bit about shot selection, shot making? How do you decide when you need to just extend the point, and how do you decide when you need to go for the winning shot?
Usually it just depends on my own serve or my opponent's serve and how I return it, or how the opponent returns my serve. If I see a chance, if the ball's a little bit high, then I just go for it. And if it's not a chance, then I try to spin it up and then play the point out, play long rallies.
And you guys can tell when a player's goal is to extend the point versus push it, right? Is that right? Like, Lily, can you talk about, like, when you were playing Chris yesterday, you probably wanted to win the point quickly a lot, right? But you have to, so how do you see where the opening, how do you find the opening in each point to decide to make your move?
Well, because Chris is a chopper, you have to be more patient with them. So what I tried doing yesterday, different from the day before, was be more patient, push the ball, and then wait for a chance to play. So I think I was a little less rushed, so it helped me a lot more.
And do you think that kind of attitude will be helpful in London? To be able to know that you can win when you're patient and also win when you're aggressive?
Yeah, it definitely gave me a lot of experience, especially with playing choppers, to help me cool down a bit, calm down, be more patient, and try not to rush the ball.
So you guys, like Ariel, you spent a lot of time watching this tournament because you won on Friday. So and having just been at the Team Worlds 3 weeks ago, what we saw today in the last couple of days, how does that compare to what was in Germany and what's going to be in London as far as the level of play?
I think the level of play is really different. In Germany, we were in Division 1 in the team event, so we played against China, who became the world champions. So I would say that their level is right now higher than our level, but hopefully we're getting there. And today, you know, I was watching Lily and Erica play, and I was watching Lily play the finals, and for me, I had 100% confidence in her. You know, I had faith in her, and I believe she could do it. So I think it's different. The pressure here is a lot higher, obviously, than in Worlds.
So when you play the Chinese or watch the Chinese play, what's the difference? What's them above you guys at this point?
Well, I would think the question is what doesn't put them above us at this point, because they're so good. They practice so much more than us, you know. Basically, it's their entire lives they're just playing. You know, you can start from spin to their speed, their power, their footwork. Basically, everything we just need to take it up a notch.
So, but if you had to say, like if the Chinese play an A, what were we seeing? Or, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, if they play a 10 or 11, what were we seeing this weekend here for North America?
That's a really awkward question.
For us, it was a 10.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Congratulations.
Okay.
All good?
Yeah, we need a group picture and then you can.
So you here? Yeah, watch her for
Yeah, you too. Nice to meet
That's good.
You guys ready?
the Canadian.
Yeah, they're asking a lot of questions already. Yeah, I know. Well, I just wanted to understand, you know, how close things. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Sure, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good, okay. So left to right, Pierre-Luc Hsing and Andre Ho. All right.
So, we had a chance to talk already, but, can you guys talk a little bit about what we saw this weekend as far as the level of table tennis for somebody who's never seen a world competition or, Olympics competition? How close is what we saw this weekend to what the, gold, silver, bronze will be in the Olympics?
I think that for level-wise, I think everyone, did their best, and I think, obviously there's a level of difference right now between North America and the kind of stronger continents like Asia and Europe. But I think if you watch our fighting spirit, I don't think it would be any different from how they would be playing for gold, silver, or bronze.
One thing I'm curious about, just as somebody who's pretty new to watching the game, is the what everybody yells after a point. So, like for example, Pierre, your first language is French, right?
That's right.
But do you yell things in what language? You yell things in French, or you yell things in the table tennis language? I don't know what language is that.
Doesn't have any language. That's right. Table tennis language. Yeah, like she was saying, Ariel, like a cho or like sa. I don't know where it came from, but actually our table tennis player shouts like this, those like noise. So I don't know. Then we just follow. You do the same as the other.
So when did you first hear yourself saying that? Did you notice that you were saying that? Like what?
Well, I don't remember so much, but probably around the 9-10 when I started. Like I see the others do that, so why not?
I was trying to, but
Other people in your club or something are saying the same kind of things.
Yeah, really. Everybody does that.
But sometimes you mix in Ale.
Yeah. I had a little bit of French.
Do Canadians say something different though than Americans?
No, I don't think so. I think it's pretty much the same for everyone.
What is your favorite thing to say? Because you're pretty vocal when you win a point.
Yeah, everyone does, like giving me trouble about that, but no, nothing really special. Just whatever you can say to kind of cheer yourself on and give yourself that boost for the next one.
Tony said it might have something to do with breathing exercises. Get all the bad air out so you can take a new deep breath. You yell cho, you get all the air out of your lungs.
That's for sure. You have a lot of stress, right? So when you shout like that, it can relieve some stress and puts you in a good energy. So yeah.
So what do you think about sitting up here? You don't know who your third teammate is going to be yet.
We have quite a good idea which it would be. No, we know who it should be.
Yeah, we have a good idea, but I mean, like right now, like I think Ariel and I, we're sitting up here, we're happy, and like I'm very happy for Ariel yesterday. Like I was watching him play. I was telling him that I'm more nervous watching him play than when we played the finals, and obviously it's a very like good achievement for Canada. Like now we have qualified a team, and then now we're just preparing for London now.
4 years ago, who was the North American country that shot the players? Was Canada again 4 years ago?
It was Canada.
That's right.
Okay. So what will you be expecting when you get back? You guys are all based in Ottawa right now, right?
That's right.
So what's the reception going to be when you get home?
I think pretty much the same. I don't know. Do you think we're gonna get any
Parade downstairs?
any special treatment?
Not so much, but let's see if I see my family in Montreal. I think it could be a little celebration. When I see my friends, yeah, sure.
Do you guys get some extra money because of this? That you're definitely in the Olympics now? You get a more support or something for the next couple of months?
I think like we would hope so. I think that would be the, I don't know, like we're not sure, like we would hope so, but I think this is a good start.
I heard there's a Mini Cooper that needs to get raffled off. Not for something, right?
That's right.
Yeah, where we just signed a sponsorship deal with Mini, and we're really happy about that. Lately we've been having trouble with funding, with like in our association for tail tennis, but like I think slowly we're gradually getting where we want to be.
So there weren't any Canadian reporters here. Did you guys get a lot of phone calls, like when you got back to the hotel at night, from reporters in Toronto or Ottawa or somewhere? You're from Vancouver, right, Andre?
It's actually right after we finished. We're asked to go to doping control, but the first thing I did was when I turned on my phone, I saw like 50 messages. Congratulations, good job, and like for sure, friends, family, they got live streaming, so I'm sure many saw it.
Good luck.
Great. Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
He's got the James Brown music going on.
Let's get in the van.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Nice job.
Okay, thank you.
Now you're driving all the way back?
I'll drive about 4 or 5 hours.
Andre's here.
What is it?
Would you guys mind signing?
Yeah, of course.
12 hours? Don't get any speeding tickets.
Yeah.
How will you go? 81 all the way? Most of the way? 81?
Going down maybe 85.
Yeah, 85.
I'll be there.
We're done.
Let's do try. There you go. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Good luck in London. Safe drive back.
Yeah.
I need my car first time.
Sure.
No, Pierre.
Yeah, I was saying, I told you I'd come down,
We have such a thing. We'll figure it out. Good luck.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, sorry about
Good
that.
luck in London.
Don't know where that came from.
Thanks.
I'm good.
Good luck to you, John. Good job. You have more years, hey, Pierre-Luc, you have more years of college eligibility?
Okay, yeah.
Do you have more years of college eligibility?
I think I have maybe one more.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I
You're gonna play next year?
I want to. I go probably to Montreal University.
Yeah.
Like I was
They had
attending
a team.
Concordia and University of Montreal.
Yeah, I think they both have teams now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried Maggie, but I don't think I would be accepted. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Concordia they have one. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So maybe I'll see you then next year.
Probably.
Yeah.